You know, Paul Getty once said, if it appreciates, buy it. If it depreciates, lease it. You may have known of Paul Getty one time. He was an industrialist, made his money in the oil business a long time ago, but it's pretty profound words. Hey folks, my name's Trent. I'm here from Van Dusen Chevrolet Buick GMC, and I just wanted to talk to you a couple of things we know about when you're purchasing a vehicle. There's really three choices: paying cash, which you're looking at less than 5% of the population do nowadays, or you could finance it. A lot of people love low financing rates, and they think they're going to own it or keep this vehicle for 7, 8, 10 years, or lease it. And one of the first questions we always ask when you want to lease something is, well, how soon do you want a new car? That's why we have options of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 year terms when it comes down to a lease. And I'm just going to give you, there's probably about 7, 8, 9, 10 benefits to leasing a vehicle. I'm going to give you kind of, my top 3 that I always look at. And as I started off with is, how soon do you want your new vehicle? If you choose, on average, 4-year lease seems to be the most popular one. If you're looking at warranty, take a Buick as an example. You get a 4-year, 80,000 kilometer new vehicle warranty. Well, most people are going to take a 4-year, 80,000 kilometer year lease. So when you're looking at that idea, the entire time that you're making an installment or a payment into your vehicle, it's covered under warranty. So there's a little bit of a peace of mind knowing that, hey, I make a payment, it's, if something goes wrong, take it back to the dealership, it's going to be fixed. Because I know what it was like a long time ago. Yes, I had a car that there was no payments, but in the matter of 2 years, I ended up putting about $5,000 into my old Impala. And when you think about it, it's not like I had this extra $5,000 kicking around. So it was financed through my MasterCard. I was continuing to make a payment. I just wasn't making a payment on a new vehicle, hence why I lease now. The other aspects is when you're leasing a vehicle, you pay less tax. Because if you take a 7-year term, you're financing the vehicle for 7 terms, therefore you're paying 100% of the tax. If you're leasing a vehicle, let's say for 4 years, then you're only driving it for the 4 years. So there's 2 aspects. You pay for what you use, and you only pay taxes on the portion of the vehicle that you're using. Then there's this remainder here that you have a choice at the end of your term. Do I want to buy it? Do I want to give it back to the dealership? The other part of that little buyback is it's called payoff protection. Let's say the market goes really, really well, like as with pickup trucks as an example, and when you need to return the vehicle, the pickup truck is actually worth more than what the buyback is. So therefore you have this equity. You can use that equity as, cash in your pocket, money down onto the new vehicle, drops your payment down on your next lease. Those are the few options that you have. And that's part of leasing, is you have those options. You're not necessarily forced to keep it. And if you do want out, you ride it to the end of the term. One thing though, people have this misconception that when they lease a vehicle, and I get asked this all the time, can I just get out early? Well, you can get out early, but you have to understand, on day one, you agree to a finance agreement or a lease contract that says for the next 48 months, or you agree to pay X amount of dollars every 2 weeks, every month for the term. If you try to get out, there's still money that's owed. You can't just walk away. It just doesn't work like that. There's an agreement that you made. So those are kind of just a few of the tips that I looked at right away. Like I said, you pay for what you use. You only pay taxes on a portion of the vehicle. When you do want to give it back, you have choices, or you can buy it out. And the other aspect is, if you do choose to get out early, now you have options to get into something new earlier. So those are kind of like my 4 little, favorite things. And I'm going to leave one more thing with you. It's another quote. It comes from Dwayne Johnson's character in Ballers. He says, never buy a depreciating asset. If it drives or flies or floats, lease it. Take that to heart. And if you want any more options, just give me a call. Let's talk leasing.